Welcome to the Lead4ward Q&A, Questions and Actions. This short video is about the phase-in of the STAAR performance standards. My name is Irvin Knezik, President of Lead4ward. Over the past few weeks, I've been getting the same question fairly frequently, and it's this. What score does it take to pass STAAR? And then, what is the phase-in? And what does it mean for me and for my students? Let's start at the beginning. As a reminder, the STAAR performance standards were first set for English 3 and Algebra 2 because those two tests are linked to career and college readiness. As a reminder, STAAR is an assessment of academic readiness, which means that the standards themselves are vertically aligned in what students learn and also how we evaluate the test. So because of that, each test is linked to English 3 and Algebra 2 all the way down to the third grade tests. In STAAR, we have three performance categories. Level 1, unsatisfactory academic performance. Level 2, satisfactory academic performance. And Level 3, advanced academic performance. Let's focus now on what it takes to achieve Level 2 satisfactory academic performance. Because STAAR is a brand new test in the state of Texas, TEA and a committee of practitioners decided to phase in the passing standards based on the field test results. Now, we field tested STAAR EOC last year. However, the first live administration of STAAR 3 through 8 was indeed the field test. Now, the phase-in is for a specific purpose. It's to allow us time as educators to respond to a more rigorous assessment. When we look at the phase-in of the passing standards, let's first start with STAAR EOC. There are three phases: Phase 1, Phase 2, and the final recommended standard. Now, which phase a student is in is determined by when the student first takes an EOC. And as we'll see in just a moment, the final performance standard is much more consistent than the Phase 1 standards. Now, for those of us who serve students in grades 3 through 8, we'll know this fall what those phases will look like. However, we may get some insight from the EOC phase-in. Let's look at Level 2 satisfactory performance, Phase 1, and final. Now, I've edited this chart. The whole chart is available for you at lead4ward.com/resources, but I've narrowed it down so we can illustrate some points here. Let's look at Phase 1 satisfactory performance for English and for math. We can see that in order to meet Level 2, Phase 1, a student has to achieve a scale score of 1875 in English 1 reading and an 1875 in English 1 writing, or a 3500 in Algebra 1. But the question is, what does it take to get that scale score? If we look at the percent of items correct, we see, for example, that in English 1 reading, a student has to get 54% of the items correct. English 1 writing, 65% of the items correct. However, in Algebra 1, only 37% of the items correct. Why is that? Well, it was based on field test results and to allow us as educators enough time to make the instructional adjustments we need so our students can be successful on the more rigorous test. Now, Phase 1 is fairly spread apart. Not so much for the final recommended standard. Now, if you look at the scale score, you see that a student needs a scale score of 2,000 in English 3 reading, a scale score of 2,000 in English 3 writing, so for all the English courses, a combined scale score of 4,000, which looks exactly like the rest of the content areas. What's also very similar is the percent of items correct. Now, we do see a little variance just like we did in Phase 1. However, looking at that final column, percent of items correct, we see that most of the items correct are about 60 to 65, 69% of items correct in order to pass STAAR. Now, what does that mean for us in grades 3 through 8? We have a choice here. We could knock that square peg into a round hole and just apply an arbitrary standard before TEA sets one for us, but that would not be very meaningful. We'll explore what to do with 3 through 8 scores in another video. So that was the short video for the phase-in for the STAAR performance standards. Please check the lead4ward STAAR resource page for more information and tools and resources to help you with your work. Thank you and have a great school year.